This is your daily market review for Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. Looks like we nailed exactly what we thought would probably happen, meaning NVDA would pop. The market would probably be a sell the news kind of event. I appreciate all the homies in the Discord room dropping the breath and comments about what they were seeing internally in the market. Saw the same kind of stuff off and on all day. The internals have been weakening in the last couple days, even as the market was making new highs in anticipation of this NVIDIA earnings, where, again, did the earnings really matter? I guess near term, but long term, no. I mean, remember, the market prices in the future before it comes to be, and then you have to earn it. We'll see. Again, we can talk about NVIDIA here in a second, but here's the thing that we've been talking about within the market. The internals were changing. There were issues going on within the market overall, and if you weren't paying attention to them and you just stayed long and strong and got really happy and excited and giddy at the highs, you ran into issues. Again, that's why we talk about raising stops, defining your risk, being careful. Let's get into it. You need to check Discord room, link description below. Follow on Twitter. Again, dropped a few of the comments. We talked about this stuff. Why you didn't distribute? Like Eric said, look at the breadth. Nah, we always post to try to keep people updated. You need to chat, get the Zoom link. Follow, like, subscribe on Twitter. Also on YouTube. Check out the website, thetradingagent.com. A lot of good resources, updates constantly. Everything gets funneled through here. So if you ever have questions, what's going on, holler, hit me up, check that out. Again, if you need the educational videos, they're on the website. And they're also going to be on YouTube. So we know the Fed Fund futures going into the next meeting, nothing. Let me refresh it again just so you can see an absolute nothing burger. Actually, maybe even a little raise. September is not till the first cut. Okay. And that's the thing. If you really want a cut, you're going to need to see some pain. Bitcoin said, watch the levels. The levels matter. There you go. Oil chopping around, been over, I don't know, slightly oversold, but consolidating. You can, play the range. Needs to get over 79, 80, below 77, go with. Natural gas, as we talked about, please take profits when it's easy. When it's easy. It's not a perfect science. Near term, looks like it has some downside. But again, we like it. Again, you see anything in the 150 handle, keep an eye on it. Let me know. So dollars we talked about was flagging and it broke over it yesterday. Said be careful. Here you go. A little bit of rise. TLT noticed all day. Check this out, right? Channel, watching it, keep an eye on this stuff. VIX said, man, it is just it's almost like free money to hedge down here. Look at the open, close at the highs. Keep an eye on it. Now there's talks about China surrounding Taiwan. I think there's a lot of other things going on. SPY. Talk about outside reversal bars. There you go. I mean, that should mark the top. How long, how deep is the drop? You never know. But first, you got to get below 425, essentially. Keep an eye on it. QQQ held up really well, right? Because of NVIDIA, some of these names. That bar is fugly, y'all. That's why I'm going to leave an arrow there, and we'll see what it plays out. It's not what you want to see if you're a bull. IWM, some people talked about shorting it, covering it, watching the 20-day. Good trade. If it's a day trade, man, broke the 20-day. Be careful. DIA. Look at that, man. Just, oof. Gold. We said gold's been leading up. Do you trust it? I was like, no, I don't. We talked about it. The best time to buy it will be when the Feds pivot. Here you go. Man, that looks like an M top. Classic double topper. Double topper hopper. Silver. Talked about these 2 days. It was like little ominous. Uh-oh. Now you better hold freaking 27s on the SLV. GDX, again, a lot of people are like, oh, miners. I'm like, I wouldn't chase them. Boo. Pow. Sorry, GDX. Pow. 20-day channel. Be careful. I'm telling you, stuff gets absolutely freaking burned when the market drops. GDXJ, same thing. Like, don't chase this stuff, y'all. AEM. 20-day. AG. We noticed this yesterday, like last couple days. Like, notice it made a lower high. Nervous. Newmont. Here you go. Retest the range highs. Gives it up. Man, this is just ugly action, y'all. These look like traps. We talk about making new highs and failing. Same thing like at lows. Making new lows and then reversing. Stuff can move fast if you don't raise your stops and you're not aware. Ugh. Pass, chop around. Be careful, right? Taiwan semi. I mean, I'm like, this makes, like, look at this. Gaps out, closes back. Be careful. Please be careful. Micron. New high again. Breaks out, gives it all back. AMD. We said watch the 100-day. Gaps over it. Closes below it. Man, that shit is ugly. Excuse my language. NVIDIA, we talked about selling out of the money, longer dated calls. The split is on June 7th. Go out as far as you can beyond June 7th. I'm telling you. Kind of action. Again, doesn't mean you can't go higher, but out of the money, maybe 1100. Give yourself some time. Collect premium. I think it's, again, define your risk, obviously, but I think that is an easy trade. Because then what can happen is you sell the calls, let the premium come into your favor, and then you could buy puts, right? And as long as, again, you define your risk, keep it simple, it should be an easy trade. SMCI, I know Jay Solstice loves this. Look where it gapped up to. Failed, closed it low today. Intel, people keep going, oh, it's a buy for the long term. I'm like, no, it's not. Still's trading at 150 PE or some shiznit, and it's valued at $140 billion value. I mean, we said it was due for a dead cat bounce. Trust me, I understood that. No one argued that, but holding for the long run, I'd rather eat turd than hold Intel. SMH, look at this, gap up, novice gap trap potential. Again, keep an eye on this stuff. Keep an absolute eye on this. Adobe, look at this, going nowhere. Apple, finally, we said, oh, we like this short up here. You see, got stopped out right here. I get it. Oops, 2-day range fails. Good God, bar engulfing. Goodbye. Amazon, we said 2 double top, 20-day, looking pretty good for the shorty short. Meta, we've talked about this 470s area, seems to be good. Keep an eye on it. CAM, pops, 100-day. Guggenheim makes new highs. Give it strength where strength was, but that bar ain't happening. That is not good. And then you got to hold above like the old highs there. Yeah, that could get ugly fast. Microsoft makes new highs. Volume not really telling too much. NDAQ talked about the thing. I mean, telling you it's a great short from these levels. MicroStrategy hits the range highs. Bitcoin starting to turn down. Would you be surprised if it drops? No, you should absolutely expect that if Bitcoin fails at 71,000, Bitcoin heads lower. MicroStrategy is going to be heading lower. Keep it simple. Netflix in spill, I don't know. I mean, you're over the highs again, but no volume. You got to be careful of the traps. Bull traps, y'all. Roblox, just nothing. Pan W again. I like this long term, but on pullbacks, let it pull back. I think, again, cybersecurity issues are a problem. Like Pelosi knows. Tesla, sloppy, choppy, can't get over the 100-day. I mean, that's your start finish line. DKNG, congrats if you shorted this in the 45, 44 area. We talked about it was a freaking gift. All right, wicking down here. Keep an eye on the 40 area. 40 area breaks. Uh-oh. Airbnb. Man, look at that gap down and just do. Costco, been holding up pretty damn well. Can't argue that. Keep an eye on it. I mean, if it gets back under that old high, Starbucks, we talked about dead cat bounce. Same thing as like Intel. Like, okay, do you want to go long Starbucks for the long term? Okay. Said I wouldn't be surprised if it down tested the trend line or back tested it. So far, again, this is one I would probably be hesitant to short quickly. Just waiting for it to bounce. The more it pops, the better. Honestly, FedEx, things you don't see if the economy is great, right? Gaps up on earnings, looking so good, so great. Caterpillar, nice work if you've been shorting this. We talked about the levels in the Discord room. Some of you guys are nailing it. I mean, 20-day breaks. I don't know why you wouldn't go much lower. And Nucor, sorry for the sniffles. Ate some hot food. It's kind of messing my nose. 200-day. Keep an eye on it. XXX. US Steel. Right? Looks like it's going lower, man. I mean, again, but this is the thing. I think there's a buyout potential, so I'd rather just wait. Talked about VALE. Stuck. Watch it. Arrow warned you guys, like, ooh, this doesn't break out and confirm. Could come back. Now you're back in the zone. It's got to hold 21. If it doesn't, got to be careful of bull traps. Remember we talked about like Southern Copper, right? Where are those suckers? Like they didn't look good the other day, right? Like gap down, like look at that big gap down. Usually don't talk about them, but again, this has been a leader in the area. That big gap down is scary. If you're a if you're a arrow holder. CCJ, speaking of CCJ, right? Breakouts. Like I don't like when Goldman upgrades to the highs. You got to be careful. You got double dojis. CF. Be careful, y'all. Please be careful. Yeah, these are going to be choppy and sloppy, in my opinion. On record, saying the same stuff over and over. NTR. Chop, chop, chop. Been a nice bounce. AA, a lot of people getting excited. They're like, damn, this thing's going to the moon. I'm like, I don't know. I like aluminum long term. I really do. I just don't want to chase. XLF, we talked about this looking like it was about to break. Said, watch this candle here. We said it. Go watch the video. Said, this candle did not portend good events, potentially. Now you're at the 20-day. Congrats. JP Mo said, we're not buying back stock up here. Pretty loud and clear what they're trying to say here. Watch the 20-day. Morgan Stanley. This turd broke out over the highs of the 96. Is this a big freaking trapper keeper? Watch the 95 level. Bank of America. And all these names have been holding up pretty well. Watch it. Someone was short in Goldman Sachs. Love it. That worked out for you. You had the 3-day range highs. You could have shorted. Now you're breaking the 8-day. Should come back to the 20-day. Keeping on it. Carry. Here's another one that we talked about. Like junior banks broke out. I'm like whispering. Broke out. And then gave it back up. Telling you a lot. XBI. Folks have been paying attention. This one looks like again, dead cat bounce, right? We said don't worry about it bouncing, or expect it. You get back into the old highs. I mean, zoom out. Left, head, right. Ready, set, sells. Talking about this. Again, people in the Discord, I appreciate you guys posting it because it's very obvious. Like, it's great stuff. Share away. Just looking at the IYT real quick. That's not good. Transports lead. Breaking the 200-day. XHB, right? Housing index, little dead cat bounce over the 20. I'm telling you guys, there's probably more to this. Solar gets a crazy bounce, at least for solar. Hits the 200-day. Sedge, oh, it's so good. I'm telling. Oh no, back to the lows. ENPH again, bounce. Okay, chopping around. These names got nowhere. But here's for solar. Like we're adding AI. They threw AI. I mean, what did I say yesterday? 2-day range. Watch it. This could be a short up here. With stops, obviously, you're not going to just ride it forever. But man, it looks easy. HYG. We talked about this one, right? Oh, you go. All right, 20-day. 200-day. I mean, again, you 100-day. I'm sorry, like you got to be crazy behind corporate debt. Oil, not much upside here. We talked about, or not much downside, but upside near term. Like it was in the chop zone. 200-day break. Look out, UNG. Not a big fan of this product as we talked about, but the trade was up. And look what a 200-day, right on the freaking dot. Talked about taking profits in the KOLD short near term. That's a really good trade. 80 down to 40. Sorry, not sorry. Throw bombs in here. Throw some good winners here every once in a while. You're like, oh, you're wrong. I'm like, yeah, you're wrong too. Stop living this pretend life that you never lose. XOP, 20-day. Man, you got to watch the 147s. Good old CVE. We talked about, man, the 21s were good, but not so much. Valero. Gasoline names holding up near term, but watch the 20-day. ExxonMobil. Looked like it was going to break out. Nope, new lows. That's traps, y'all. MPC. Or it's traps and chop. Talked about this one going nowhere. Like it had a dead cat bounce, but not much. Occidental. A lot of people are like, oh, it's going to break out. I'm like, no, it's probably going to stay in the Buffett zone. Oops. And it has. Right? EQT again. I like EQT long term, but I want to see it on pullbacks. Keep an eye on it. And then last but not least, the Flex LNG. Again, had a nice bounce. I think we'll be natural gas exporters. So any questions about the market? Again, the evidence to you, if you're unbiased, should show you that there's more downside. What does that mean it has to crash tomorrow? God, please don't think that. The breath was showing you. Now you're getting to the end of the month. Maybe a holiday week, they try to like prop it up, hold it up. I don't know. But have references. Don't just short at the lows. Don't go buying the highs either. Just define your risk, know what you need to do, and be safe. If you have any questions, please reach out. Always here to help. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, I got you. Please don't hesitate to reach out. You need to find an agent anywhere in the country. I've got you. Bring me on your team to help you out, find another great agent so you can get it done right. I'm telling you, there is such a big difference between real estate agents. Do not go with your friend who doesn't know crap. Do it with somebody who knows what's up. If you have questions, again, use the Calendly link, hit me up. Let me know how I can help. Have a great afternoon. Peace.